Hi there. In this video, we're going to talk through setting up your agency's branding. And so where you do that in Mission Control is you go down to Agency, and this is where all of your agency settings live. So you'll want to start by setting your logo. So you just click to choose your logo file, select the file that you want to use. You can also update the logo height, and we'll get into that once you see it. And you put in your agency name. So we will be na nannies. um, and agency short name is just kind of a abbreviated version of your name. You know, some agencies have a lot of like placement and household staffing agency as part of their name, and it gets a bit long. So if you have a kind of a shorthand version that you refer to your agency by, you can put that in here, and that kind of plugs in some places. You can put in your website. You'll want to put in the primary email for your agency, and this is usually kind of the go-to email. Say info at nannies.com. Um, Usually you'll be able to define the email address that most of your emails come from, but it's helpful to put in these kind of defaults. It's like the fallback. If the system doesn't know who to email or where to email, then this is kind of the go-to place. Um, Now you can also select your primary agency color. And so click that and click here, and you can toggle between using RGB, hex code, that kind of thing. And so just put in your agency's kind of core dark color, and this becomes kind of the primary color of the dashboard. Um, and then you can select a slightly darker version of that same color. Um, and this is just used for hovering over some of your darker elements. It just puts a shade over it, looks nice. Um, don't think too much about that. Secondary color, you can put in a secondary color if you have one. Oftentimes it's fine just leaving it the way it is. Um, Most of the colors are usually fine. The one you're really going to want to put your preferred agency colors for the primary color, and then for the primary darker color, what I generally do is just put in the same color that I put in for the dark color, and then just drag it down a little bit to make it a little bit darker, that kind of thing. Um, you can also select your platform's primary font family. I like Quicksand. I'll use Quicksand. You can go through the fonts. If you have a preferred font, go with that. Um, and yeah, those are kind of the basics of what you'll want to do to set up your agency's branding. And so when we click to update that, um, and then just hit refresh, and you'll see that our logo is now in place. Our agency name is now in place. Um, yeah, and we can play with the logo height. Maybe I want that to be a little bit bigger, so I'll set that to 75. And yeah, your agency is now branded.